in with another conversation with Drip. So this time, what I want to talk about is the difference between active duty military versus reserves military. Because a lot of y'all guys been asking me, what's the difference? Y'all thinking about joining or whatever the case may be for whatever reason why. So I decided I'm gonna do a video and I'm gonna speak on it real quick. So I'm gonna give y'all basically I'm gonna give y'all probably about like 10 facts, compare and contrast how they similar, how they different, and then I'm gonna tell y'all like if I was to go back in the time machine, the steps I would do if I was in y'all shoes. Now, the steps I took, I was highly successful in the steps I took. I ain't got no regrets when I came in the game. But a lot of people they go in the game, they got a lot of regrets and stuff like that. So I'm gonna put y'all on game so y'all can avoid them same pitfalls that they had. So we finna go ahead and get to it, right? So one thing I want y'all to know is the obvious difference between active duty personnel and then reserve military personnel is one of them is full time, which is active duty, and then the other one is part time. Y'all know y'all should know what that means for the first for the most full job versus part time job. Now with the full time with the military with full time and part time is the benefits are different. You get the same benefits, right? But active duty get full benefits, reservists get half benefits, right? So with the active duty, uh, they have to have a full time commitment because they work full time, right? And they could deploy a lot longer. So they could be deployed 6 months to a year at a time. Unlike, the reserves and stuff, they part time. So the most they'll do is like a month or maybe two, and then they back at home. And then the other one that I got in my notes here. So the active duty military members, they go through, extensive training and stuff like that before being assigned to extensive roles. So the reservists, they also receive like the same training, but with active duty, you could spend you could spend 6 months to a year before you actually start working. See, reservists, they just go to boot camp and they can go straight to their job. Active duty, they go to boot camp and they probably go to whatever other school that they have, and then they go to the job. So the time is shorter for reservists, right? But the other side to it is, even though reservists can get straight to the point a lot more quicker, they still have to do drills and exercises that y'all don't necessarily have to do if you active duty. They have to do drills and exercises and stuff to maintain them skills because they're not there all the time getting their reps in, their repetition. So that's another thing. Then the benefits, right? So we all know what the benefits y'all get. Y'all get the health care, the housing allowance, the retirement plans, the educational opportunities, right? So active duty get the full coverage and reservists they get half, right? So y'all can look up the benefits and how much they pay and stuff like that. I just want y'all to remember active duty, they get all of it, y'all get half. So they say, hey, for the 401k, you active duty, we'll match it. But they'll be like, hey, for reservists, we'll give you half of it. We'll match half of it. Or like your healthcare. The healthcare gonna be free for both sides. They ain't got to pay for it. But they'll tell the reserve like, hey, since you only part time, you only can get healthcare when you check in to the station, and do your drills exercise. So that's pretty much how it go when it comes to the benefits. Active duty, they get full. Reservists, they get half. Now, active duty, they can deploy a lot longer and more often. And with that too, when you deploy, you can make a lot more money because when you're on deployment, you're not spending a lot of money. So they could stack up a lot more bread because they gone on the road to Thailand, Korea, Hong Kong. They gone on them exercise and training 6 months, 12 months at a time. Sometimes they be on the boat. So they ain't spending no money at all. So I'm gonna put it to you like this: with the reservists, on the other hand, they can still deploy, but they can negotiate. Unlike active duty, they can negotiate the deployments a lot more because they may have civilian commitments and stuff like that. So that's the difference with the whole deployment. And so with the active duty, you have more opportunities for career advancement and specialization within the military. If you active duty, you can pursue various military occupational specialties. That's instead of, they don't say jobs in the military, they say MOS, military occupational specialty. It basically means job, but they're not gonna use job in the military. And you have a higher chance of reaching higher ranks. So in the reserve military, they have limited career opportunities because you're not there all the time, and the service is part time. But The reservists still win because they gain skills on both sides because they play in both worlds. They play in both sides of the broomstick. You will have civilian and you will have military. So you can still get career development, but uh, for the reserves, you can get it on both sides. Now, how the active duty still win, even though they don't get the civilian career development. See, with the civilian career development, sometimes you may have to go to school or have X amount of years before you can get that position. With the military, you don't have to have X amount of years to get that position. They'll put you right in, and once you pass the qualification stuff like that, you just take a test or a physical test, whatever the case may be, and then you right into the job, and you ain't in a lot of debt, or you ain't spent a lot of time trying to get a degree and network and stuff like that. Nah, you can get right to it. So that's the benefit on the active duty side. But like I said, the reserves have a benefit too because they can get career development on both sides. So also with the active duty military, right, you have stability and a lot more predictability when it comes to your schedule. So when you have a schedule on active duty, you gonna know your schedule, and it can be robotic, but it's gonna be the same thing every single day for the most part, unless they call you in. But the foundation of it, you're gonna know their schedule is Monday through Friday, or like the police military, they work 2 days on, 2 days off. The general security guards, they work 2 days on, 2 days off. But at the end of the day, you still gonna know your schedule, so you got a lot of predictability. Unlike the reservists, on the other hand, you may do drill this day. You have to check in on the first Monday of the month, or then you turn around and be like, hey, second Monday of the month we check in. We got to do drill. And then another thing for active duty, y'all get more access to military facilities such as the gym, the commissary, uh, mental health doctor, uh, the Marine programs, Credo, or not Marine program. There's one of them, but every base have a USO, the Credo, the chaplain, like the church. Y'all get more access to that. So make sure y'all taking advantage of all the resources in the package y'all get with that. And then another thing with active duty is you get they say, some of the people that's on active duty gonna argue with me in the comments, but you do get a greater sense of camaraderie, right? As far as being a part of the military lifestyle because you're doing it 24/7, day in and day out. So you're going to be around them a lot. So you will adopt that military mindset and those military habits. Now I know y'all gonna argue me in the comments, but in a way it is true because once y'all get out or retire, y'all will see how much, as they say, y'all drunk the Kool-Aid, right? And the other thing with active duty compared to reserves. Both of them, you still can get overseas opportunities, but active duty get more overseas opportunities than reserves because a lot of overseas places, they don't, you're not going to see a lot of reserves out there overseas. And if you do, you may see one or two. And then it may be temporary, they may be on the deployment or something like that, but they're not going to put somebody who part time out there overseas. They need somebody full time and committed. The reason why is military job is to protect and serve the country against all enemies, foreign and domestic, right? So if you overseas and you got people that's 1 foot in, 1 foot out the door, and they supposed to be overseas protecting is the first line of defense, it just don't look good. So they not gonna take y'all out there. Now I'm gonna tell you about the reserve military, right? So y'all have more flexibility when it comes to military and y'all personal life. So y'all can pursue like y'all professional goals and educational goals while serving the country at the same time. So y'all serve the country, y'all check in y'all once, twice, maybe 3 times a month, and then y'all can go focus on y'all education, and then y'all can turn around and work a job. Or if y'all in a career already, y'all can work that career at the same time. And sometimes you'll probably be a lot more productive being a reservist as far as doing other things because you not getting that whole military camaraderie because what the downside to having that military camaraderie, it takes so much energy, attention, and time out of you. When you come home, you just want to crash and burn. So you being a reservist, you don't have to worry about, you know, uh, not having any flexibility. You can have the flexibility to go do other things. And then when you're a reservist, your networking opportunity is just a little bit more better. And I'm gonna tell you why. So active duty, you can do network opportunities well when events come and go out of town and stuff. Not go out of town, out in the area. You can still go to networking events and stuff like that as well, connect with people in different industries and stuff like that. But the only difference is the reservists, they could travel a little bit more when it comes to networking opportunities and stuff like that because they only got to check in. They just got to make sure they check in at once or twice a month so they can go to different state to states and build and connect with other people as long as they come back in and check in to their unit. So they got more flexibility. But active duty, y'all still can go network. Y'all just can't get up and say, let's say y'all stationed in California, right? Y'all can't just get up and say, hey, I'm finna just fly to Chicago real quick. Nah, y'all can't do that because y'all full time. Y'all have to like submit paperwork and do all that stuff. Even then, they may turn you down. They be like, nah, we need you here. But reservists, y'all can do that. And then again, far as the reserves, y'all get more chance as far as skill development because active duty still get skill development when they work in their job, but y'all have like because y'all got so much room to do other stuff like other trainings and stuff like that. Y'all skills develop a lot faster than somebody who is just working that one MOS in the military. I'm not saying no wrong working in one MOS because you gain a lot of experience and a lot of skills as well. But when you're a reservist, you can kind of speed it up a little bit. And I'm gonna give you an example. Like you're a reservist, right? So let's say you a counselor, right? For an example, you do it in the military. You can turn around and go outside and do it on the civilian side as well. And then you can turn around and take online classes too. Active duty can take online classes too, but you can take online classes and you can do it in the field, like with civilians, and you can work with military. So if you're doing all that, it's helped speed you up just a little bit more faster than somebody who's working at one job. And if you're a reserve and you're a counselor, just for an example, and you working at one job, you can switch to another job and get more experience quicker than somebody who's full time. Because full time you can still switch departments or jobs and stuff like that, but it ain't gonna be as easy as you a civilian submitting paperwork and going somewhere else, right? And then for the reserves, you do still get paid, you get financial benefits and stuff like that. But it's only for when you check in. But it's still income nonetheless because if you're doing something, a lot of y'all go get careers. So if y'all got careers on the side or jobs and stuff like that, and y'all getting paid, and then y'all turn around and go get that reservist pay, that's two streams of income. And I think they get paid one. I think they get paid twice a month too, maybe. So if you got a job plus the military check, you get paid 3 times a month. So that's just another stream of income. And you may technically get paid more than the active duty personnel. Active duty personnel, they get paid twice a month because they make good money too. But you can make more money because you having you have 2 to 3 streams of income rather than them just having one income. This is excluding the other investments. This is excluding investment. It's just talking about if you do the bare minimum. And then when you're a reservist, right, you have much more of a involvement with the community. So the reserve members, they can engage with their local communities through them outreach programs and voluntary activities and leave a positive impact on the neighborhood. So that's another thing. And it can help your morale too because you feel much more involved with the civilian people. See, the people that's active duty and they working, sometimes you don't necessarily feel involved with the community because you're working so closely with the military personnel. But the reservists, they feel more so in tune with the community. Now, if you have active duty, they do have jobs where you can work with the community. Like one of them we know is the recruiter, and the other one is it's the job where I forgot what it's called, but it's the job basically where they bury you and you have to go tell their family that you died and stuff like that. That's one of the other jobs too. So you can still be with the community, but it's very specific jobs. If you do active duty reserves, you can be more hands on in the community. All right, and I'm finna leave y'all with this too. So I'm finna give y'all the tips. I already gave y'all the similarities and differences with active duty military and reservists. But this time I'm gonna give y'all like the tips coming into the game. So y'all won't make mistakes like a lot of other military folks have made mistakes, right? So I got a few on. One, when it comes to boot camp money, for all y'all who go to boot camp, reservists and active duty, y'all going to boot camp and because y'all get paid as soon as y'all step foot on them footprints or as soon as y'all get off the bus. So y'all gonna be getting paid. The only thing is y'all ain't gonna spend no money. Y'all probably will spend a little bit of money. And the reason why is because whoever the boot camp instructors are, they probably gonna take you to their little store in boot camp and make you buy those flashlights. It's gonna be a lot of survival, like tourniquets, wipes. They're gonna make you buy some stuff like that, and it's gonna be like $200, $300. But other than that, you're not gonna spend any money because you're gonna be paying for the chow hall food. You're not gonna be paying for that. The squad bays and stuff like that. You're not gonna be paying for that. The water. You're not gonna be paying for anything. The only thing you're probably gonna pay for is that $200 in gear, right? And I think maybe haircuts. Maybe I don't know if I had to pay for my haircut. But you'll probably have to pay for haircut, but the haircuts on base is on like $10. So again, we'll say that's probably another 100, 200. So it's like you're gonna be spending a total of 300, maybe $400. But once you come out of boot camp, a lot of y'all be coming out of boot camp, y'all have 5 racks. Some of y'all have 10 racks, maybe most cases 15 racks. But that's just off your military check. A lot of times y'all get that Navy Federal credit card or what's it called, the PenFed from California. Y'all get that card and it comes with 15 racks on it. So y'all leave out boot camp with at least about 5 to 30 racks easy. So when y'all had that boot camp money, yes, it's cool. That's the most money y'all had in y'all life, but don't go crazy trying to spend it, bro. Just chill. Like, okay, when you get out, reward yourself. Yes, reward yourself. Again, you worked hard, you deserve it. But don't go broke trying to prove a point. Don't go broke trying to, you know, prove that you got it. Don't go broke just to make sure everybody else happy. I ain't saying don't do it all, but just do it a little bit. Don't be going out, eating out every single day, because that's what some of the military do. That once they get home, they'll go out every single day, eat out. They'll smoke all their money up, drink all their money away, party all their money away. Then they'll get a rental car, and they'll get the most expensive rental car, and then they'll put a lot of money into the rental car instead of going on tour road and getting one that's like 10, 20 a day, or at the end of the month 300 a month. Y'all instead of getting a compact car, y'all get economy or business cars and stuff like that. Some of y'all spend way too much money trying to get y'all booster cable off or getting y'all hot pocket off. So y'all spend a little too much money tricking it off trying to have sex, and that's what I mean by your hot pocket and stuff like that. Y'all be spending, and the prices add up. Y'all be spending $80 here, 100 there, 200 this day, and then y'all don't just know how to do it just once a month or twice a month and just chill. Some of y'all doing it every other day, spend $30 for 30 minutes, 40 for 40 minutes, 100 for an hour, and y'all doing it every other day. Then y'all money going down the drain. Then when it comes to family and friends, y'all buying them shoes, paying for their haircuts, paying their rent in the house for their household and stuff like that, paying their bills, paying their mortgages and stuff. That stuff you just gotta chill. Just because you got it right, don't mean you gotta show you got it. And another key factor before I move on, how y'all lose y'all money is food deprivation. And what I mean by food deprivation is a lot of time y'all go to boot camp or school training and the other military training in school and stuff like that before you actually get to your MOS, your job, right? A lot of times y'all don't have access to the same foods that y'all used to. So when y'all come back home, or when y'all in the I'm gonna give you two examples. Like when y'all come back home, that's one of the biggest killers because now y'all want to go eat that Red Lobster again, Ruth Chris, Sonic, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Pizza Hut, um, all these different, even the mom and pop shops, Crumpies and Backyard Burger and stuff like that. Y'all want it because y'all been deprived of us for so long. Y'all want to know what it tastes like again, right? So that's another way y'all lose y'all money. And the other side to it is like y'all in the military training, like some of them will have grocery stores that y'all can go to while y'all in the military training. So y'all won't just be eating MREs all the time. And that's another way a lot of people be going broke. They spend 500 buying all this stuff. They get 10 packs of cookies and chips and all these extra snacks and stuff, and they just spend all their bread, right? So food deprivation is one of the biggest ones. How you could lose your money. So I'm telling you guys, like once y'all get out of boot camp, like put your foot down, like reward yourself a little bit, right? And if you want to, do a little bit charity work, as far as helping everybody else, cool. But it don't need to be more for me. Like my recommendation don't need to be more than 5 to 10% of your income that you dishing out like that. And then the other 90%, you go put that up and then for a rainy day. Because I'm telling you now, like y'all listen to this and they'll go in one ear and out the other. But what's gonna happen is you gotta think long term. It may be 3, 4, 5 years from now, or maybe 10, maybe 20, but one day, you're gonna smarten up. And then you're gonna like, dang, okay, let me try to bust a move and make a play real quick. And you realize you can't be able to do it because all the previous decisions that you made them 10, 5, 3, 1 years ago, maybe 6 months ago, now you stuck because you burnt all your cards. Don't do that. Make the smart decision now. Sometimes you gotta stop trying to chase the instant gratification. Delay your gratification. Delay instant gratification so you can have long-term satisfaction. That's the point of it. So don't be spending all your money like that, bro. And another thing, mental health and dentist. Like once y'all, get y'all money and stuff like that, or when y'all start getting into y'all military occupation specialists and stuff like that, make sure y'all go seek some help. Cause some of y'all sick in the head. Some of y'all perverted. Uh, some of y'all still got past trauma y'all got to heal from, and then some of y'all probably traumatized from boot camp and stuff like that. So like y'all need, and then some of y'all got anger management issues y'all don't know about. Some of y'all got eating disorders and stuff that y'all do not know about. So make sure y'all going and seeking mental health, because one, it's not okay to be not okay. Well, it's not okay to be not okay. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all focusing in on y'all mental health, because y'all health is wealth, and don't be bringing all that bad juju around everybody else. And another thing with the dentist, right? So y'all need to be taking trips to the dentist. I ain't never seen that many people on the hit list in the military who don't want to go to the dentist. Go to the dentist, clean your teeth. Y'all got the free health care. Use it. Whether you actually do the military, use it. So I'm gonna tell you, I'm putting it to you like this here. Having a clean mouth, right? It can go a long way. But for active duty and reservists, and I'm gonna talk about reservists for a second. Reservists. So a lot of y'all only have the full coverage like for a certain amount of time. So within that window that y'all got that full coverage, y'all need to be going to the dentist and making sure you getting your teeth cleaned and stuff like that. Active duty, y'all got plenty of time, but y'all still need to be going to make sure y'all getting y'all teeth cleaned regularly too. And so let's say it like this, right? I'm putting it to you like this. Let's say if you have vampire teeth, and them people they be having vampire teeth, or they teeth black, or they got gold on one side, silver on the other one, and then yellow down the middle in their mouth, and black on one tooth, like they teeth 4 different colors and stuff like that. And then on the bottom they teeth sharp. Like, okay, cool. What you can do is go to the dentist on base, let them, since it's free, let them go ahead clean your teeth, and then take some of that bread that you got, and you can, because sometimes they may not cover certain stuff like that an off base dentist will do, right? So what you can do, you can go to the off base dentist, and you can be like, hey, I want some veneers. Go, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, clean your mouth up, bro. If them teeth gone, your teeth through. All right. So if you gotta go out base and go ahead and get you some veneers put in your mouth, get you some veneers put in your mouth, and get you some new teeth put in your mouth, and then just focus on maintaining them teeth. But go to the dentist, clean your mouth out, because again, that you can have a lot of infections and stuff like that. So make sure you're going to the dentist regularly. Make sure you're going and getting some mental health, because again, like a lot of us, we ain't all the way there. We ain't wrapped too tight anyway coming in the game. You already gotta be a special type of person, a special type of crazy to sign your life on that contract, right? For a bunch of people that you don't know. You gotta be a special type of crazy. And it only magnifies for some of the issues y'all had in y'all childhood. And it only magnifies with some of the issues that y'all gonna deal with in the military. So make sure y'all getting that mental health so y'all can stay level headed as possible. Another thing, when it comes to professional life development, y'all need to be focusing in on both. Just because you have a job, you have a car, all your stuff like paid for, and you living good or comfortably, that's cool. But that just only means you got the basic needs for survival, right? So y'all need to, when y'all come in the game, y'all need to, when y'all fresh get out of boot camp, so y'all need to be like focusing on, obviously, advancing in y'all career, making sure y'all in shape, shooting on the range, taking the tests, that the requirements as far as getting the basic promotion. And then y'all need to be going online and looking at Coursera.com, UDMY, going to some of the college classes and the military class they have online, and then focus on, getting professional development so you can advance farther in your career. Don't just sit there and just, be a cut the lights on, cut the lights off type dude, right? And basically what I mean by that is you just go to work and you go home. Ain't no wrong with that, but focus on having you some professional development. So just in case one day you like, you know what, I don't want to make it a career in the military, but you have enough paper trail and you have enough professional development where you can go out into the workforce and it could be a smoother transition rather than just saying, oh, I was just in the military. And then as far as you need to focus on life development, right? Like how, like y'all need to start getting y'all dating coaches, because a lot of y'all want to date, finding image consultants so they can, and life coaches and mentors and stuff like that. Volunteer, get a part of some organization, grow your network, get some skill sets under your belt, learn how to iron your clothes, properly hygiene, get a skincare routine, uh, stay in shape, learning how to eat right, how to fix stuff, clean stuff. Like you got a bunch of different skill sets and you know how to do various different things. Like you need to focus on how your life can be better in all aspects, not just you going to work a 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 or 5 to 5 in the military. Like focus on making sure your life outside the military, right? The man and the woman outside the uniform is just as solid as the person inside the uniform. So take some of that money and start investing into your life development as well. All right, and another one is I'm gonna be talking to my street guys, right? So I'm gonna tell y'all how y'all can use the military to y'all advantage, right? Because a lot of y'all street guys, some of y'all that's in the military came from the streets, right? So I'm gonna give you some example scenarios on how you can leverage the military, right? So before I get into that, let me tell you, like if you and your, because the military have a certain age, they won't let anybody in. So if you already close to that age, it still ain't too late. But I'm gonna tell you what, if you're a street guy, how you probably not gonna make it. If you already touching that age and you already got felon, you murdered somebody, you was robbing, you was human trafficking, you did cyber attacks, you was on the airport trying to get your booster cable off in front of people, you committing government frauds and stuff like that, and you got a bunch of felons, they not gonna take you. Now, if you probably had a charge like you got a charge, misdemeanor or some minor like that, and it was from several years ago, but you kept yourself clean for the most part, then the recruiter gonna fight for you. Or if you're a teenager and you got in trouble, you got you some pending charges and stuff like that, and it ain't that serious where you could face life in prison. The military recruiter's gonna, hey, if you serious about it, the recruiter's gonna help you beat that case. Yeah, not all the recruiters, but some of the recruiters, they're gonna help you beat that case. They'll go to trial with you and help that judge talk you off that case. So that's how you can use that to your advantage because the recruiter job is to, get people in the military. That's their main job because it's a business side to this, right? So you gotta think business mind, okay, if they want me to join, I can use this as a way for me to get out the streets. So and what happens is you tell them your situation, they'll help you out. They'll go in front of the courtroom and tell the judge, right? They'll use their connections, their resources, and they status, and they'll go tell the judge. They'll be like, "Hey, judge, good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. I'm here to speak on behalf of such and such, Pookie, Ray, Ray, Nug, Nug, Quay, Quay, Mimi, TT, Quee, Quee, and CC. That I know that they have pending charges, but every time she has been around us or he been around us, she or she been extremely respectful. She been showing up to all the pulley functions, all the pulley events, and things like that. And she is very serious about turning her life around. She just in a troubled environment, but I can assure you, Mr. and Mrs. Judge, if she joined the military, we can put her on the right path. We can get her up out this situation and stuff like that, and she won't be a problem in your community no longer. And the judge will be like, okay, cool. You know what? I expunged the record. Hey, case dismissed. Boom, just like that. Now, my street guys or my gangsters, like it ain't just that much of a cakewalk as I explain it, but if you serious and the recruiter serious, it's gonna be a way they're gonna get you off them cases and they can get you. They'll help you beat that case. So another thing I'm gonna tell y'all to all my street guys or street the women in the streets, gangsters and stuff like that. If the recruiter help you up out your situation, bruh, take advantage of it, but don't take advantage of them. Like they actually, go to court and they willing to fight for you. Show up to court, do your part, play your part, right? Mess it up for the other people that come behind you because what happens is ain't nothing in life free. So you don't know what favor the recruiter probably had to do. He probably or she probably had to pay the judge money under the table or with their kid, they had to, do the paperwork for them instead of the kid doing the paperwork. They say you just never know what kind of favors they had and the strings they had to pull just to make sure you get in a position where you need to go. So don't mess it up for the next person when you don't take advantage of it by not showing up and playing your part, right? Don't just say, oh, he helped me beat the case. Now I'm finna quit being, a pulley and stuff like that. I'm gonna quit that because he just helped me get out the case. That's the farthest I want to go. No, bro, just keep it going. Let the beat ride. Let your beat ride. And this is to my foreigners, like the ones who be coming from Korea and Australia, Africa, Mexico, Italy, like those who come from the place and want to join the military, right? Another thing, how the military they can help you get a visa, because a lot of y'all be doing illegal stuff to come over to the border and stuff like that, or you gotta take that immigrant test and stuff like that. Now, I'm not for sure once you get into the military, you have to take that immigrant test, but I know they help you with the visa process. And from what people told me, I didn't get into detail about it because I was at boot camp at the time I was ready to go. For what they told me, the process is a whole lot easier than trying to go the civilian route. So that's a good, extra leg in the door. Like it's a good bonus because you can make a good come up off that. You get your visa and you get a career under your belt with the benefits. Hey, that's a win. Now the down, I don't know if it's a downside to it, right? Now one thing I'm not for sure about is if you have to relinquish your visa to the other country. So that's something y'all may have to put into consideration. But a lot of y'all, if y'all obviously coming over here, y'all trying to get away from there. So Make sure y'all research that. See, and when you talk to your recruiter and stuff like that, talk to them about getting a dual citizenship. How does dual citizenship work? And don't just talk to your recruiter. Talk to the embassy. The embassy got more information than the recruiter do, but the recruiter can do that legwork to get those questions asked for you. But again, do your own due diligence. Talk to the embassies and stuff, and ask them about dual citizenship. If y'all want just to keep that door open from where y'all come from. If y'all don't want to, then y'all can just relinquish that citizenship and then just get the other visa and then just keep it moving. And another thing I want to talk about too for athletes, because some athletes they'll go in, they want to go to the military just to be an athlete, right? So I'm gonna talk about that. So you just going to the military to be an athlete is gonna be very hard to do. Because that's really not what the military is for. The military is predominantly for to protect and serve the country. You can't protect and serve the country playing sports, right? So it's gonna be very hard to get your leg in the door just say, hey, I want to be an athlete, because the military branches they not gonna let you do this. They're about to put you somewhere else on the professional side to be an athlete. Now, am I saying it's impossible? No, because again, wherever there's a will, there's a way. There's a way around everything. Now, do your own research. But if you go to the recruiter's office and you say you want to be an athlete, the branches probably can't help you with that. But just be careful. Their job is to sell you, so they'll probably tell you yes. And then once you sign off on the paperwork, you're in a whole totally different job. Now, if you do wind up in that situation, a whole totally different job, it still ain't the end of the world. And this way may actually be better, because once you're on the inside, you can actually go talk to the coaches for the military sports teams and actually participate in tryouts and stuff like that, because somebody may quit or want to do something different. Somebody may get hurt. You just never know, right? So if you're on the inside, you can go reach out to the recruit and get the information as far as trying out for the team. But at the same time, it's still risky because you got to be careful, because some people like may require you to travel and leave your unit for a specific amount of time. And then some of these people that's over you, they gonna be stingy. They ain't gonna let you go, especially talking about being an athlete. So it's kind of a lot of stuff you got to go through. But again, if there's something you want to do, where there's a will, there is a way. Um, which leads me to my other point, right? As far as contracts, right? So this is how some recruiters will try to finesse you, especially for the ones who want to be an athlete. If you want to be an athlete, or if you want a certain job anyway, they'll tell you this regardless of the job. But they'll be like, hey, um, we can see you open contract. Don't do open contract. New. Because that's like a gamble. When they mean open contract, they mean basically the job you want and any other job out there. It's like a bidding. It's like a bidding war. Like you be like, hey, I want this, but basically you let the military pick the job for you. So do not do. If you want to do open contract, cool. Go ahead, take the risk, do open contract stuff like that. But don't. If you one of the ones who need to be certain about what they doing, because you signing the contract for 4 years, don't go open contract. And that's what they'll tell some of y'all too, like athletes. I've heard some people say they just want to go into the military and just cut hair. They'll tell you that too, like, hey, we got open contract and we'll do it for you. You wind up working somewhere in the chow hall, the rifle range. You probably do administrative work. You doing something totally different from what you want. So they get a lot of people like that. Do open contract, and then sometimes you do open contract, you may wind up getting a job where you wind up having to do a 5-year contract, and you can't really say, hey, I only wanted to do 4 years, but you signed off on an open contract. And when you sign off on an open contract, you volunteer to get those 5 years as well. So that's another thing to keep in mind with open contract. Because what's gonna happen is, Pookie, Ray Miller, what's gonna happen is if you don't take advantage of the situation, you take advantage of them, you're gonna mess it up for the other people that come behind you, and that's in that same situation. But that other person who come behind you in that same situation, they may be genuinely trying to get their foot through the door, but because of you messing up, the recruiter and the judges, whoever's involved, no, we're not gonna pull no string because of what happened last time. Because I'm telling you now, the military, they big on perception is reality. So it's one team, one fight. One mess it up, all gotta pay. So y'all need to keep that in mind. The second side to this is, right, when you get your foot through the door, don't take a step forward just to take 2 steps backwards, right? You can't move forward walking backwards. When you get to the military, let that street stuff go. Stop. Don't be in the military trying to be with the gang banging and scamming and robbing and stuff like that. Let that stuff go. That street cred don't matter, bro. Like Jeezy said. And another thing is, like, for y'all active duty and reserves, it don't matter in this situation. Y'all need to think about these 3 things and start learning the game on these 3 things. y'all credit, investment, and following the money. So I'm gonna start with the credit first, right? Now it's more to the credit side than personal credit. Y'all need to be looking up how to what you call how to live y'all life like a corporation because what y'all working under is a corporation. So y'all need to be figuring out how to revolve y'all life around the corporation, getting y'all the right insurance policies, the LLCs, the S corps, um, knowing all the different kind of trusts out there, getting your trust set up, and don't just get one just to say prove to me or prove to anybody hey I got a trust. No, actually know what it is and understand it and make sure it's applicable to your situation. So when you start setting up your corporate life, right now you get different tax benefits, even if you're a W-2. If you're a W-2 or 1099, it don't matter. But if you set your life up like far as your back office, like a corporate life, you'll get much more better benefits as far as your taxes and stuff like that. Because y'all gonna pay taxes anyway, and y'all gonna get taxes back. But set y'all back office up properly, so y'all can always have flexibility as far as y'all finances, and y'all not under a lot of stress. Because a lot of y'all military, y'all get that big credit card, and some of y'all can get a loan too. So they'll give y'all total about 30,000. Don't just blow the 30,000. Make sure you have your stuff set up right and learn about the credit on the both personal side and business side. Because for y'all, since if y'all not overseas, y'all in America, so y'all have to worry about credit. Even in the military, you don't have to worry about credit. But again, it's always good to have it because again, it's better to have it than to not have it. So that's number one. Number two, looking into different investments. Just because you get a check, this is the most money y'all ever made in y'all life. Y'all get it paid twice a month, and y'all will never miss a payday because of the government. That's a blessing. Salute to you on that. But make sure to have you like another other stream of income coming in where you're not relying on the check because some of y'all like to spend money and stuff like that. So make sure you can create enough money where you can be able to eat your lifestyle, right? Some people tell you the budget. Figure out what works for you. Some people tell you budget, and then you're gonna have some people that will tell you increase your budget so you won't have to budget. Meaning make more money. Buy more money so you can have more money to spend. And you're gonna have some people to say, hey, save, right? Or be conservative. So you just gotta pick your path. Preferably I would say, do option B, buy more money. Or if you a hybrid, again, do both. Do A and B. But if you're a conservative person, you live out of one bag and stuff like that, you don't need much, you're a simple creature or whatever, then just do option A. But don't just depend solely on that one check because yes, they gonna always pay you. But you don't never want to be like some other people that's one check away from like poverty and stuff like that. And you never know what could happen. So you want to always have your in order. And there's plenty of like different investments, like and having a 401k. 401k is just one investment. But before you put your money off into a 401k, look off into the different 401ks. Like you have 401ks on your personal side, and you have 401ks on the business side. There's two totally different infrastructures. Yes, the military do match on 401k, so that's huge. So like whatever you get, like let's say if it's 15,000 you put into it, they're gonna give you a 15,000, so you walk away with 30. But you gotta keep in mind that money is locked up. So don't just put all your money into that 401k. You got to diversify your portfolio that is congruent, right? So what I mean by congruent is, you know, all within the same umbrella. You have your 401k, you got your insurance that's generating you some income. You probably got your money in stock feed. That's all the digital umbrella. Or let's say, because there's plenty of investments you can do. I'm gonna give you, let's say real estate, right? Homes, apartments, retirement homes, all this under one umbrella. And there's other investments too. Like you could sell stuff, you could sell coffee, cigarettes. You could even turn around for the government. Since y'all work for the government, y'all can get y'all business set up and then turn around and get a 1099 for the government and start selling commodities to the government where y'all sell milk, haircuts, what else? Coffee, diapers. Like, cause the government buy anything, y'all can turn around, get y'all business set up and get a 1099 and get some mentorship with this, obviously. Which that's the what I mentioned earlier, as far as investing, learn the government contracting game, and then sell to the government. Now you diversify your portfolio. It's plenty of stuff. You can get your vending machines. You can mount TVs on the wall. Man, you can invest in Home Depot stock. You could flip pallets. Um, you can have cleaning business. Like it's all different types of business. Don't just go with the typical real estate and stocks just because they throw it out there to you. Like nah, dig deep. There's plenty of other business out there. You do content creation. You can buy YouTube channels. You can start podcasts. Yeah, it's plenty of stuff for you to do. And so my last point to this, you need to follow the money. Like you need to know how money works. Don't just get a check and just not know what's going on with the money, right? You need to know where your money is coming from, right? Because again, applied knowledge is power, right? But having the information helps you get to the point of power. So y'all need to know where that money is coming from, all money, right? Because this is the economy. Y'all living in the economy every day. You either gonna let it use you or not use you. You gonna use it or it's gonna abuse you. So with the economy, like you need to know how to use it and basically follow the money at all times. Like gas stations, for example, right? They say this all the time, follow the money. Know who gas stations these are. Like, just know what's going on. Like, for example, gas stations, right? All the gas stations in America and in other places, they not owned by the people that live there. Some people from other countries invest in other countries. That comes from when you travel. You pick up on things. No country owns their country 100%. New country owns their country 100%. Now they have control, but they don't own it because they let other corporations and stuff come in there and sell their products, get a piece of their land and stuff like that. Again, when you start researching and reading books and stuff, you'll start picking up on things on where all money come from, like military money. Military come from tax dollars. That's important to know. Why? Because some of y'all like to vote. So when it comes to your state, and that's why people love Texas so much because it's a military veteran friendly state. So what that means is when it comes to the politics stuff like that, and the money is trickling down, people that do get elected, they gonna like or they gonna show favor to the military, like because of the tax dollars, right? So that's important to know, man. Like follow the money, because at the end you'll look like a real dummy getting up out that situation just to go back into the same situation, right? And then this time you gonna have a 2-for-1 loss. You already got out the situation, but you burnt the relationship, and then if you get in trouble in the military, now you got to wear that dishonorable discharge and stuff like that. So it's gonna be hard for you to get a job. Um, what else? You lose all your military benefits and stuff like that, and then depending on how bad it is, you got to fight another case for that, and it's probably gonna be even harder because they're gonna probably look at your previous record and you already got a record. So, bro, lady, woman, man, like don't if from the street, bro, like you trying to get up out of it, get up out of it. Don't be trying to get in the military and have one foot in and one foot out the door. Because at the end of the day, y'all know that stuff don't work. It's either one side or the other. And if you want to stay in the streets, which I don't encourage it, stay there, but don't waste nobody's time and don't hurt your future. But what I'm telling you is, if you get in, like get in, put both feet in the door. Don't just try to use that to get out of the situation just to turn around and go back to the same situation you tried to get up out of. It makes zero sense. So don't do it. And for my reservists, right, I'm gonna put y'all up on game. Like, and this to active duty too, to a certain extent. Like, once y'all get out of boot camp and finish y'all school training, don't go get no great big old house, no lease or no apartment. Don't get you no brand new car. Like, don't yes, reward yourself during your leave period, but don't try to go have a lifestyle, right? Because what happens is y'all have lifestyle, y'all dig a hole for yourself, right? It's a difference between buying and affording, right? For example, let's say you got $20 in your pocket and you go in the store and you want to buy you some ham and cheese, and the ham and cheese is $20. Yes, you can buy it, but you can't afford it. Affording means you buy it and have enough room where it won't hurt your pockets. A lot of times y'all get caught up buying it, which is totally different from affording, and y'all fall for the trick and y'all just be spending, spending, spending. Keep y'all stuff low, and then, like I said, increase y'all money. And then once y'all start doing that, the money that y'all have as far as y'all spending power, y'all ain't got to worry about being in a position I'm just buying, 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 and actually afford it. So the reason why I say don't be getting no house, no lease or nothing like that. One, you don't want to be, especially start out, you don't want to have no obligations to nothing like that. Unless if you get you a lease on an apartment and it's month to month, cool. But they say you gotta do 6 months, a year, and stuff like that, credit checks and stuff, and y'all ain't had a history or none of that. Don't don't do it. And for the car, don't get you no car note, paying no car note every single month, because one day you gon' like 18-year-old you is gonna be totally different from the 25-year-old you, and the 25-year-old you is gonna be a 30-year-old you. It's a lot of people that don't keep their cars. Like from within 3 to 5 years, they'll go get a new car, and in certain countries, there's a lot of repossession going on right now. So it ain't no guarantee if you're gonna keep the car. One bad turn, your car gone. So don't get one where it's like you just buying it every single month. Get you if you need you a car, which I do recommend getting you a car. Man, just get you a cash car, but make sure you're not getting taken advantage of, right? Make sure it's maintenance, it's fixed up and cleaned up. Get you a decent cash car and then just roll with that. As far as the other transportation, if you don't want cash car, then get you an e-bike. They got e-bikes out now, and it may be better because the e-bike you don't have to pay no insurance on it, and you don't have to pay gas. The only thing you gotta do is charge it up. And then they got some e-bikes that go 25, 50. I think the fastest they go is up to 70 miles per hour. So hey, get you an e-bike and you ain't gotta pay no insurance on it or nothing like that. Get you a moped. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta struggle for a little while to survive on the back end. I mean, you gotta struggle for a little while, survive during the middle, and thrive during the end. Right? So that's that far as the transportation side. Then with the uh, housing, right? Because some of y'all don't have that history, and there's gonna be certain places that deny you, especially the more nicer neighborhoods. Even though you probably can buy it and afford it, bro, just get your Airbnb. A lot of y'all sleep on Airbnb, but the Airbnb game, like, you could win with that. So with Airbnb, they don't do no credit checks, and you could rent it month to month. And another thing is, it already come with furniture. It already come with Wi-Fi. It already come with water. So a lot of times y'all get these apartments and stuff like that. Y'all already ate the price as far as the down payment. And then y'all probably have to pay first month's rent. And then y'all gotta get the water installed. Then y'all gotta go get furniture. Then y'all gotta go get cleaning supplies. Then y'all gotta go pay some of the utilities like Wi-Fi and cable and stuff like that. If y'all choose to get cable rather than watching Netflix and stuff. So now y'all already in a hole. But if you get an Airbnb, majority of this stuff is already covered. The only thing you gotta do is come in. Sometimes it may be a little nasty. You just clean it up. You put your loving into it. You in the military. Taught you how to clean. Put your little loving into it. Change the sheets if you don't like them and stuff like that. And then boom, it's a place to stay. And you're not obligated to no contract. So you can leave at any given moment. And then someone will provide cleaning services for you, especially the super host kind. So at the end of the month, they can come in, they can clean up for you. So 3 weeks out of the month, you clean up. And then that fourth week, they come in, they do the major clean. Boom, just like that. Now you got you a decent place. So another thing, ladies, if y'all do get y'all the Airbnb that's watching this, so make sure y'all invest in the gadgets. And like far as like when you go in the house, make sure you have go on Amazon and stuff and get you one where you can detect cameras. Get a gadget where you can detect cameras. So you need to be able to sweep the house or the apartment. Make sure there ain't no cameras in there and stuff like that because there's a lot of trafficking going on. So make sure you sweep the house. And then another thing is, once you get your Airbnb, ladies, y'all need to be going domestic classes, learn about trafficking and stuff like that. Get your gun license, and you need to be like fortifying your house. Like you need to be. I ain't finna get too deep into like the different types of stuff because that's what I talk about on the side. But have your weapon in every part of the house. Don't just have a weapon in your and one in the bedroom. No, have one in the bedroom, one in the bathroom, one in the kitchen, preferably guns. But if you don't have guns, you work your way up to it. Buy one here, buy one there. Legally, go to the gun store, get knives, flamethrowers, like get everything decked out your house. So if somebody come in and they try to kidnap you or something like that, or they try to rape you on the spot, you can maybe get to a weapon in the part of the house and you ain't gotta try to out muscle them because you like, oh snap, I left my gun in the bathroom, we way in the bedroom. And chances are you probably not gonna make it that far. So women, make sure y'all doing y'all due diligence as far as when y'all do get these Airbnbs that, y'all are uh making sure y'all put safety as a priority and making sure that the house is safe. So, ain't nothing bad gonna happen to y'all. But the Airbnb is a good place for anybody. Now keep in mind, y'all, like we can't be trying to keep up with the Joneses. Like you gotta swallow your pride. Stop trying to prove to a bunch of people what you have. Stop trying to prove to a bunch of people, trying to show them what you got. Because them the folks that you trying to show what you got, they probably ain't got. So if they ain't got, you gonna get got. So stop trying to impress. Just chill. Just chill. Don't try to. Ain't no wrong with having nice things, but just chill. Do not go overboard. Y'all trying to like win the battle and y'all wind up losing the war. And they even teach in art of war to lose the battle, win the war. Wars are more bigger than battles. Your main goal is to win the war. And my last thing, y'all, is make sure y'all keep a paper trail. And what I mean by keep a paper trail, keep all your military documents. Keep everything because you never know. You never know. You never know when you may need them. So sometimes when y'all like trying to pursue a career opportunity in the military or pursue a career opportunity elsewhere, and it's usually for that. Or when you're trying to get your medical paperwork and files and stuff together for a case down the line or whatever the case may be for any situation, keep your paperwork together. So that way, when the time comes, your paperwork ain't way out in Japan or Germany. The paper, and then some of the other paperwork ain't out in Hawaii and now some of your other paperwork out at the HR block, and now you gotta do a lot of calling just to get the paper trail and stuff like that to send you a bunch of emails. No, just keep all your paperwork. The best way to do that is everything that you do from the entire process, and they'll give you the paperwork at the end. But what you do is you need to have your paperwork in three places. You need your hard copy, a digital copy, and then have you a copy, like you can go put it in the courtroom. There's certain states, I know Texas is one of them. There's other states out there where you can go pay some money and put all your documents into a vault somewhere. That's one place. You can have your hard copy in your house. And then you can have you two digital copies, on your Google Drive. So every time you log into your Gmail, all your important documents is right there. And then if not, you you can have it put onto your flash drive. Get you a flash drive and then put it on that as well. So you can have your paper trail. You need to at least have multiple different ways to get access to your files or paperwork because you never know. I'm telling you now, you never know when you may need it. But hey, look, y'all, that's just another conversation with Drip. I just want to get my perspective on that and my insight on it, active duty versus reservist, the difference between each one, the path is solely up to you. You make your own decision. Because again, everybody's situation is different. I just want to give y'all some insight. But hey, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, man, comment and share this video with many people as possible. And look, so till then, till next time, tap in, lock in, tune in. Salute. Drip. Yeah.